Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Murid Isenberg here again. It is live streaming time again. Hold on for a second. You know the drill. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Okay. As usual, everything is going okay. Live stream wise, setting wise, and so on. Code 919 is online. Hello to you too, Code 919. Yeah, I am back. And today is Tuesday, my favorite day, Mars Day, Malot Samael's Day. Yeah, so we're going to pick up partially where we left off yesterday regarding Enochian magic. And on the other hand, it's also miscellaneous as usual or in general. And so yeah, feel free to ask any other questions. Today is Mars Day, Dia de Martes. Oh yeah, I was gonna say something. I also noticed that, yeah, thanks. Happy Mars Day to you, Coke 919. The day of fire. In any case, yeah. I also noticed regarding live streaming, I won't be able to use Google Hangouts anymore. Not that I mind, of course. The only thing that matters to me is that I still get the live stream, but Google Hangouts is going away. Or live streaming via Google Hangouts is going away. I've come to understand starting tomorrow, since tomorrow is August. I mean, the day after tomorrow, since Thursday. So the day after tomorrow, since today's Tuesday, is thingy the 1st, is August the 1st. So from that day on, I'll have to stream directly via YouTube webcam or whatever it's called. Some other encoding software that YouTube has, a YouTube webcam. In my opinion, they should have that immediately. I have no idea what the hell is happening with with Google. What the fuck Google is doing? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell Google is doing. Google, they first deleted Google Plus. I have no idea why. As the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would you do something? Why would you take something away that that doesn't really hurt people, or at least substitute something better for it in the place, or something of equal worth? But with Google, it was first Google Plus, and now it is Google Hangouts. So yeah, I honestly don't have a rat's ass idea on what Google is doing, but yeah, then again, who gives a rat's ass? So yeah. In any case, Gregory M is also online. Hello. So yeah, let me pick up where I left off in relation to Enochian magic. To summarize in short, yesterday I stated 2 books that I have. One by Schuler, an author called Schuler, and the other one that was an advanced guide to Enochian magic. And the other one is, come on, open, you fuck, open. Enochian and Lon Milo Duquette, Enochian Vision Magic. I'm gonna open both of them. I'm gonna open thingy first, Lon Milo Duquette's Enochian Vision Magic, because that one is the most appealing one to me. That was my #1 choice. And yeah, the cover states an Enochian introduction and practical guide to the magic of Dr. G and Edward Kelly, Dr. John D and Edward Kelly. Forward by Clay Holden, blah blah blah, and then you have the chapters and whatnot. So yeah, like I stated yesterday, as I stated yesterday, okay. Like I stated yesterday, Enochian magic is one of the most difficult of magical systems out there, specifically when it comes to practicing it in the traditional way, the way that, as the author of the book that I just mentioned, Lon Milo Duquette states. So specifically working with in the same way that the creators of it work, John D and Edward Kelly. And like I said, you need a bunch of things, you name it. You need a bunch of tablets. You need to be familiar with Enochian, the language that angels speak in heaven. And it just goes on. There is a shitload of work that you need to do, but like I stated yesterday too, you don't really need to adhere to that system. You can simply use Western ceremonial magic as a magical system, and then you can summon whichever entity you would like, regardless of. You can summon whichever spirit you want to, and that includes Enochian spirits. I also mentioned yesterday that Enochian spirits are somewhat different, and the examples that I listed are my higher self and the higher selves of others that I've summoned, since these spirits are close to Enochian. I also remember in the past me telling that to someone, and that's the person told me when I described these spirits and the effects that they had. Person told me these sound like Enochian entities. They sound like Enochian spirits. So yeah, they bear a striking similarity to Enochian spirits, but they're not literally the same thing. They're in their own class, like I said yesterday. And yeah, what else can I say? In relation to Enochian entities, Enochian spirits, generally speaking, are celestial spirits. They're all celestial spirits, Samael tells me. They're all celestial spirits, of course, like I said, but even among celestial spirits, you have malevolent or evil ones. These are known as evil angels, for example, angels that govern the malevolent aspects of existence or creation. Gregory M is asking me if I can talk a little bit more about the Enochian entities. That's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, that is what these spirits are about, okay? And Enochian spirits are specifically spirits that are angels that govern the higher provinces of heaven, if you will, and everything in between, pretty much. When we think about Enochian entities, okay, the difference between Enochian entities and the spirits that we're used to working with within Western ceremonial magic, what the kind of magic that most of us are familiar with. The thing is that these, the thing is that these, the thing is that these spirits or these Enochian spirits are different than the spirits that we're used to, in the sense that they're not. When we think about spirits from Western ceremonial magic, what kind of spirits do we generally speaking work with? We work with spirits from the Kabbalah, for example, the archangels that rule over all the Kabbalistic spheres. We think of the archangels that stand before God. We, by default, work with archangels, angels, um, fallen angels, elemental spirits, necromanciers with dead people, and you name it, and so on in between. Whereas with Enochian spirits, it's entirely different. With Enochian spirits, these spirits are not Kabbalistically speaking in general, and they're neither fallen. They're all celestial spirits, but they specifically deal with the higher provinces of the celestial spheres, as in the heavens and the watchtowers and whatnot. Watchtowers are simply fixed positions in existence that they govern. For example, planetary watchtowers and whatnot. Yeah. Um, what I do need to mention too is that these are not the same, they're not as advanced. Even Enochian entities, as skilled and as strong as they are, they're not as advanced as the Seraphim or the Cherubim. Seraphim, Seraphs, and Cherubs are the highest, okay? They're the highest up top. The Seraphim angels are closest to God and whatnot, they're God's bodyguards and so on and blah, 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 blah. I know because I had a seraphim. I have access to a seraphim angel called Zechariah, which is stated on my website, and so on, and also a cherubim angel. I have access to those, and they're always willing to serve you, always willing to serve me. But even these spirits, the thing about these spirits, like I discussed in the past, is that in a video, a fairly recent video, is that it's impractical to work with them for results. These spirits are so powerful, and it's not all about power, it's all about practical application. These spirits are powerful, and generally speaking, they don't have as much experience in the affairs of human beings. And therefore, although they're incredibly powerful, more powerful than the rest, of course not the archangels, but so to speak, individually speaking, from a celestial perspective, they are not as experienced as other spirits in terms of working with them. They're not experienced in dealing with the lives of human beings on an everyday basis. That's also why I personally recommend spirits that are well known. Spirits that are well known are spirits from the Guecha, spirits from the most well known grimoires. These spirits are the most practical to work with. Like I said, it's not all about power. They're spirits like Belial, spirits like B, Clonek, and so on. These spirits are most practical to work with because since you're not the only one that works with them, other people have tried to summon them and have done so. You know, since these grimoires have come into existence and have been published, they are the most experienced, generally speaking, in dealing with the lives of everyday people. And I have noticed that. I'm not saying that seraphims and cherubs can't, but you'll have to give them a couple of years in order to gain experience. But like I said, even then, generally speaking, it's impractical to work with them. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind as a sideline, a minor sideline. And what else was I gonna say? What else was I gonna say? Yeah, regarding Enochian entities, with Enochian spirits, it's also good. Okay, Enochian spirits are also very powerful, and they're somewhere in between in terms of power and practicality. You can work with them; they are effective, and they have a moderate, at the very least, a moderate amount of or a moderate degree of experience in dealing with people and the lives of people, and therefore have practical merit and value in terms of what they have to offer. But but yeah, but for the rest, yeah, Enochian spirits, the traditional way of working with them is it's very hard. Okay, it's ridiculously elaborate, and it just goes on. In any case, Code 919 is asking me, is it necessary to learn Enochian language in order to practice that branch of magic? Then what's the point in learning Enochian magic? Yeah, like I said, it's not necessary. The very first time I saw off Enochian, the very first time I encountered Enochian magic, I saw off it. This was back in the day when I, like I said yesterday, when I had difficulty summoning and I hadn't found my magical system yet. And I was literally just browsing alternative systems to alternatives to Western ceremonial magic. So yeah, oh, alternatives to Western ceremonial. And the second I read upon Enochian, I read a good deal upon Enochian, and I thought about it, and I said, no, sorry, Enochian magic is too elaborate. Enochian magic is too elaborate, and what if it still fails? Then I did all that work for nothing, and it's just only more in terms of delay and blah 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, that's it in relation to Enochian magic. Hold on for a second. Let me notify Jason. I have no idea if Jason is online. Oh, Jason is not online. He hasn't even come online yet. Nada. Okay. Most likely preoccupied or at work or something. Code 919 says, so you're Western ceremonial magician. What? So you know I am a Western ceremonial magician. That's what I practice. Western ceremonial. WC. Gregory says yes, except being an alternative, it seems to be no advantage. There seems to be no advantage in learning it. Yes, I agree. No real benefit. So yeah, this is simply a matter, in my opinion, and according to my own knowledge and insight, this is simply a matter of people unnecessarily sticking to the traditional method of doing things or the basics. The basics also have their benefits, of course, but it is impractical for the average person, especially relating to this time period. It is impractical. So yeah, I mean, I'm honestly literally just going to read the chapters for you guys. A simple example, Don Milo Lucat's book, Enochian Vision Magic, it was what? Copyright 2008, was published in 2008. Um, It's divided into the story. It's divided into multiple chapters. Right? Let's see, chapter 28. It has 28 chapters. The first chapter is simply about John Dee and Edward Kelly's life. Book, and yeah, that's book one. One book consists of approximately 6 chapters. Book 2 is called the Heptaria Mystica. Chapter 6 of book 1 is called Let Us Pray. Chapter 7, the Ring, the Lament, the Holy Table, the Sigillum Le Amet, the Insights of Creations. Chapter 12 says, Do I Need All This Stuff? Book 2 says Liber Logat and the Angelic Alphabet, Enochiana, Enochian magic, the Round Table of Nulvash, the 48 calls, the 91 parts of the earth, the Golden Talisman and the Watchtowers of the universe, the Unlettered Great Table and the 4 Great Seals. Again, it just keeps going on and 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 on. It just keeps going on and on and on. Angels of the Elemental Tablets, you name it. 3 examples of Enochian magic visions, putting it together. Elemental workings, temple openings, and addressing the hierarchies, etheric workings, yeah. The Enochian calls or keys, 224. So yeah, it is ridiculously difficult. And for examples here, Elemental Tablet, Air, the name of the king for operations of mercy, Batavia, name of the king for operations of severity, Bataiv, Ragios, Ragiol, you name it. These are names of angels. It just keeps going on and on and on. Okay? And that's my example. For people watching now. So yeah. So yeah, you can already see how complex Enochian magic is, and point is that it's simply not worth the effort. You have to be a hardcore Enochian fan in order to do so. But generally speaking, most people, like most things in the universe, like most animals, like most creatures, will choose the path of least resistance. I'm also one of those creatures, okay? Why do things difficult when you can do things the easy way? Why do things the hard way when you can settle for easy? As long as the outcome is similar or the same. Pretty much. Sorry. Thought there was something in my teeth. In any case. Code 919 says there's no point in learning it, basically. Yeah. It's not that there's no point in learning it, but it's not that there's no point in learning it. It's not that necessarily. It's just that the cons outweigh the pros. It's that the cons outweigh the pros, okay? All the effort that you're supposed to put in, it's not worth it in terms of potential result. I mean, why do that when you can just study one system of magic that enables you to summon every kind of spirit possible? Imagine what it would be like if you wanted to practice multiple forms of magic, but you had to go through the traditional way first. Imagine when trying to summon the voodoo gods from the voodoo pantheon, you'd have to learn voodoo first, with scribbling stuff on the floor, with scribbling seals and whatnot on the floor and whatnot. And so on. It just keeps going on and on, okay? I mean, you can literally kill multiple birds with one stone instead of just obtaining separate stones for killing separate birds. So you can just use one magical system, the system that I use, to summon whichever kind of spirit you want to, regardless of that spirit's background, origin, and whatnot. In any case, that is pretty much it on Don Milo Lucat's book. I'm not going to go further into it. It's, again, like I said, it's traditional. It's pretty much the equivalent. It's pretty much the equivalent. It's pretty much the equivalent of It's the equivalent of, oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. It's okay. Oh, yeah. In any case, yeah, Enochian magic is impractical. Okay. Yeah, now I remember. It's pretty much the equivalent of learning everything in the Goetia, going through all of that. Okay, people that are familiar with the Goetia, obtaining every seal in every corresponding metal, gold, silver, blah 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 blah, obtaining the whole magic circle, everything. Okay, imagine getting lion skin, thread spun by a maiden, and all kinds of other all kinds of other things that you need, implements that are not only exotic but also very rare and ridiculously difficult to obtain. And you don't need all of that. There is more. There are more than one. There is more than one way to skin a cat, as the saying goes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So in short, you can summon Enochian spirits, but like I said yesterday, you simply need, if you want to work with Enochian spirits per se, to see what they're like, but know what awaits you. You know, as the saying goes, look before you leap. Otherwise, you'll end up looking the fool, and you'll experience a fall from grace. And this accounts for every spirit pretty much. Know what you're getting yourself into before summoning. In any case, now I'm going to go over a list of Enochian angels. In the Wikipedia page that I shared with you guys yesterday, let me just read it. Gagriam is asking me if is there an equivalent of the Goetia for Enochian magic, list of entities, seals, descriptions, etc. Yes, the average book on Enochian. The average book on Enochian magic, like the one I read from just now. Code 919 says it's like stepping on a lion's tail. Nah, it all depends. There's no problem in stepping on a lion's tail as long as you are a lion handler. In any case, yeah, list of Enochian angels. Enochian angels are entities described in the Enochian magic system introduced in the 16th century by John Dee and Edward Kelly. History. John Dee's story, blah, 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 blah. Fine, let me just read it. John Dee was born a Christian, and this can be seen throughout his journals and his Enochian system of angel magic. Therein, we find an obvious belief in the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We also find a fourth supreme being in the figure of Galva, Omega, who is called the Mother, Wisdom, and I Am in these journals. This figure is known in Judaism as the Shekinah, divine presence, to the Gnostics as Sophia, wisdom, and to the Hermetic Kabbalah as Aima Elohim, mother of the gods. Compared to Theokotos, mother of God in Catholic beliefs, I need to state to people, the Shekinah or the Sophia or the mother of gods is simply the female equivalent of God. Okay, the female equivalent of Yahweh. Since we know that Yahweh is male, but even then you can't assign him to a gender. Yahweh is just a supreme being, so he is both male and female. And bluntly put, Shekinah or the Sophia is simply and the one that John Dee is referring to here, Yahweh is telling me, is simply his female counterpart. Code 919 says, is Samael's mother tongue Enochian? Yes, all of the angels, their mother tongues are Enochian. It's obvious. That's why it's an angelic language, Code 919. So yeah, let's continue. Beneath these four divinities are several hierarchies of angels or intelligent rulers, as set over such things as the planets, the stars, and the four quarters of the earth. The angels of the four quarters are symbolized by the watchtowers, four large magical word square tables, collectively called the Great Table of the Earth. Most of the well-known Enochian angels are drawn from the watchtowers of the great angels. Each of the four watchtowers is collectively governed by 6 seniors, aka elders, making a total of 24 elders as seen in the Revelation of St. John. Each watchtower is further divided into 4 sub-quadrants where we find the names of various archangels and angels who govern the quarters of the world. In this way, the entire universe, visible and invisible, is teeming with living intelligences. The angelic names contained in the watchtowers. The names of the Enochian angels are drawn from a number of encipher tables received through the spirit actions of John Dee, Edward Kelly, and occasionally another scryer. The Watchtower set of angels is one of the larger and better developed sets. A problem arises in that there are several variations on the watchtowers themselves and several ways of drawing the names therefrom. The four watchtowers were first received on June the 25th, 1584. This arrangement in order is reflected in these prayer. The fundamental obeisance. They were then rearranged slightly and corrected in the days following June the 26th through July the 2nd, 1584. This arrangement corresponds to the majority of prayers in Sloane's MS 3191, the Book of Earthly Victory and Science, and is what is given in the published versions of that text, notably Geoffrey James's Enochian invocation magick and Robert Turner's Elizabethan magick. Late in the course of Dee and Kelly's work together on April the 19th, 1587, the Archangel Raphael was said to have appeared and reformed the watchtowers, rearranging their orders and directions and making some minor corrections. It is this arrangement that is used in the Golden Dawn and subsequent derivatives such as Thelema, Wicca, and the Church of Satan. The Golden Dawn also follows a slightly different method of drawing forth some of the names from the tables. The Golden Dawn method of extracting the names is heavily influenced by the post-D context. Post-D text contained in Sloane MS 307 and published by Stephen Skinner and David Rankin as Practical Angel Magic of John Dee and Enochian Tables. Ah, for the love. That's so much to fucking cite. I'm sorry, so much to cite. To recite. For convenience's sake, in identifying these variations when they differ, the received set is labeled received. The set reflected in Sloane MSS 3191 is labeled orthodox. The set reformed by Raphael is reformed. And the variations used by the Golden Dawn is GD. The angelic hierarchies of the watchtowers are also set out in several visions of Edward Kelly's and are enshrined in a talisman constructed by John Dee, published in A True and Faithful Relation and on display in the British Museum collection. I also need to point out that I'm being told that the system that I use, Western Ceremonial Magic, the general Western ceremonial magic system, is also derived from this at its core. That's what Samuel is telling me. Okay. Sandalphon concurs, obviously. Holy crap, that was a lot to recite. Talk about a mouthful. I'm tired just reading it, so to speak. And we have a list of Enochian angels furthermore. Before I started, does anyone have any questions on what I just recited? Does anyone have questiones in regards to what I recited? Okay, I'm just going to take a couple of seconds as a breather before I continue. Funny thing is that always when discussing matters like these, right, I see energy always engulfing me, or basically energy surrounding me more or less. Even now, I feel hypercharged. In my last 4 or 5 live streams, I started to notice it. Or better said, I started to notice it since my last 4 or 5 live streams. Energy buzzing all around me, but yeah, that's normal since I'm discussing several spells. So yeah, I'm gaining everyone's attention. It's like a public broadcast into the astral domain that I'm basically spewing forth. Code 19 says no, all clear. Gregorian says no. Gregorian says hard to understand, but interesting. Yeah, it is a lot to follow. Something like that requires rereading it once or twice, but it's more for referential purposes. You know, it's not really essential. It's not essential to the practice. Code 19 is asking me what I ate. I didn't eat anything yet. I just had a Subway sandwich or something similar to that. And that is it. I just came from town. In any case, yeah, I'm gonna continue. Let me see. Enochian angels. This is a list of the names of Enochian angels. A, 3 times A, N. So An, triple A, N. Ad, A-A-D-T. Yeah. Atipio, A-A-E-T-P-I-O. Atipio is a senior of fire associated with Mars. Okay, so the spirit that we're going to be discussing. Oh, one more other thing I had to say. Samael gave me, metaphorically speaking, a warning yesterday. Even reciting these angels, their names, will already draw them towards you. So you need to be careful. Don't just say their names or recite their names, even in your mind, unless you have serious intentions towards them, because you'll automatically draw them to you the second you mention them by name. The second you even recite their names. In any case, we're going to discuss Aetpio. Aetpio. A-A-E-T-P-I-O. The senior of fire associated with Mars. Yeah. And in turn, hold on for a second, you guys. He's seen a senior of fire, so a senior angel, as in a highly ranked angel associated with Mars, and specifically dealing with the element fire. I also need to point out that I'm being told that with Enochian angels, planetary correspondences on black and white, so they have no real alignment, since they don't specifically fall under one planet. These are spirits that he is associated with Mars, but he deals with the element fire primarily. So yeah, it's not black and white. In relation to what he has to offer, hold on for a second, or better said, his makeup. I'm doing research right now on IPO. Let me see. 37. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Hmm. Okay. You'll have to excuse the pause. Okay. You'll access. I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me pausing. People that are watching, ladies and gentlemen, I am just doing research on ISPO to see what he is all about, what he can do, and so on. Let me see. Do you guys have any questions? Code 919 says, even in your mind, that's crazy. Gregory M is asking me, does this apply with other entities and well, not just Enochian entities? Yeah, it applies, but not nearly as much as it does to Enochian entities. It applies, but not nearly as much as Enochian entities as two Enochian entities. Yeah, in any case, I just briefly spoke to Ayat Pio, and his appearance is that of an angel that is engulfed by flames. He was standing just right here just now. That's why I looked this way, and I paused briefly. To you guys, it seems like I'm just completely dazed or confused or just staring away and completely absent-minded. But yeah, in any case, Ayat Pio, I saw what he looked like. He just told me, yes, it is me. I am Ayat Pio. That's it. Nice to meet your acquaintance and whatnot. Bye bye bye. And he's gone. They don't like their time to be wasted. Obviously, he is surrounded by flames, and his color is reddish with opposing color greenish. So he appears in a red greenish armor with brief clothing and so on. He looks a bit like Michael, but hair was more dark, not blonde, and pupils were not really there. He was like a, pupilless being. and surrounded by flames. And yeah, I feel his fire. I feel the energy. So yeah, association with the element fire is good. I just mentioned this because I wanted to take one Enochian angel to show you guys an example, at the very least one, to simply put in perspective for you guys what it is. Okay, and as an example relating to planetary correspondences, like I said, there are none. With Enochian spirits, there are no real planetary correspondences because they don't fall directly under planets. They specifically relate to the Earth, specific parts of the universe, and whatnot. So with them, it's all gray. Samael tells me it's not black and white. And I'm also seeing that here because it is said that he's a senior of fire, which is clear, and he's associated with Mars. That's also clear. But he is specifically he corresponds to the element fire. Relating his personality here, I'm seeing that he restricts himself, okay, but that's obvious. He doesn't like his time to be wasted. He has tremendous potential and power, though. I'm seeing that fire aspect here. And yeah, that's pretty much it on him. Let me see if there's anything else. 24. Nothing. He works solo. Most Enochian spirits like to work solo. They don't like working with others. They have more than enough power and energy to get the job done. They have more than enough power and energy to get the job done. So yeah, in any case, you guys know now what I at PO can do and who I at PO is. I'll write somewhere for myself. Planetary correspondences don't apply in general. Don't apply to Enochian spirits. IPO is a senior of fire associated with Mars, has great potential based on character makeup. Okay, now I'm simply inserting this in the chart information so that I don't get things confused. I don't know if I ever happen to look it up again and I'm like, who is IPO? So that I know for myself, and I also know that planetary alignments don't correspond the same way that they don't do the same way they do with other spirits in general, archangels and whatnot. Code 19 says they're not even touching that branch. Oh my God. Gregory M says, thanks for telling us what you see. Sure, no problem. Oh yeah, one other thing that I'm being told too. Okay, Samuel is telling me, or he just told me a second ago, that Enochian angels also don't really have specialties. They cover a wide array of things. Like in Ayat case, he can after Ayat case, he just covers several things. You know, improving one's quality of life overall, willpower. Pretty much all things associated with fire from a magical perspective or an occult perspective. But truth be told, he can do anything. So money, anything is on the table pretty much. It all depends on the circumstances. You can cast charts for that, and you can do your own divinatory research extensively if need be in any situation. So for example, if I want to know what can I at PO offer me if I were to work with him, then my research would show or point out what exactly he can offer and what the drawbacks are, if there are any drawbacks. Samuel is also telling me that the only drawback in general, in IFPO's case specifically, is overbearingness, and to a lesser extent to Enochian angels too, because of their power. Okay, that is it. Gregory says, after Monino's latest experience, I'm going in your direction, although I don't think there's anything to be afraid of Enochian entities. Am I wrong, Morino? No, there's nothing to be afraid of, but like I said, you need to prepare yourself properly, okay? Otherwise, some side effects might occur, things that you don't want to. I don't know, taking electronical appliances might malfunction and whatnot. So yeah, you need to be wary of that. He's not, Pio is not the only spirit that I've encountered of such a nature, okay? He's the first Enochian that I've encountered of such a nature, but I have summoned other spirits that were just like that. Okay, there are other grimoires too, and these are angels that are either Seraphim or and so on. Metatron can also be that way, but Metatron is more sympathetic. But IFPO is nothing really to be afraid of. There was also a grimoire that I discussed. I have that on my website. What's it called again? Le Cabal Pratique, the practical Kabbalah, the French version of it. Le Cabal Pratique is French for the practical Kabbalah. And there are two angels mentioned therein called Elemia and Lahalel. Elemia is a seraphim angel, corresponds to Mars, and he also appears a bit like Aetpio. But again, all of them are still unique in appearances. So these are just examples that I'm listing in the sense that this isn't the first time. I did like his appearance just now though. Like I said, appearance was literally that of an angel engulfed in flames. Stereotypical Roman soldier looking like with spear in hand. Most angels appear like that. My Vice Lord Sandalphon, that's his general appearance. But in Sandalphon's case, you can clearly see the extravagance and the emphasis laid on material possessions or wealth overall. Since Sandalphon, with the white robe that he wears, it's very neat and very clean and to represent cleanliness and holiness. And he has golden buttons down on his robe and everything is expensive, let's say like a trendsetter. The same way that I'm dressed, but only a lot more extravagant. I mean, really holy and whatnot. That's Sandalphon's general appearance. In any case, that's what RPO looked like. Okay, he was reddish, and the opposing color of red is green, of course. So flashing colors, like we've all learned. So yeah, that was RPO. What he looked like. Like I said, no pupils. He was malevolent looking, but that's normal. He's Martian after all. But not malevolent as in he's gonna hurt you. Malevolent in the sense of being intense, being fiery. So yeah, the second he appeared was the second that I saw. He is beautiful though. Wings are a mixture of white, red, and green, almost interwoven. Almost like a painting. Jesus, if I were a painter, I'd paint all of these guys for you so you could see how beautiful they are. In any case, let me see. Yeah, I immediately, based on his appearance, I could tell that this guy has to be fire related or Martian in nature. But yeah, I'd say more fire than Mars specifically. And that shows too in his character trait. Code 19 says, gotcha. Okay, thanks, Gregorian. Respectful thanks to Samuel for letting know all of this. Very appreciated. No problem. Welcome anytime, he says. Same here, Sandalphon says. Code 19 says, dress up like Sandalphon one day. Won't be possible, okay? It's too impractical. Believe me, back in the day, I wanted to pose as a model and I wanted to recreate what all these spirits that I work with and that appear to me, what they look like. I wanted to dress up the way C3 appears to me. I wanted to dress up the way Asiel appears to me. But it's simply impractical. Simply impractical. The idea is nice, and I'd simply pose as a model, but it's impractical. It wouldn't do them justice. Even then, it wouldn't do them justice, according to my own insight. Oh, so yeah, that is it. Does anyone have any other questions? Anyone have any other questions? Hmm. For the rest, you've got a bunch of others. Anna, Aoxiash. So some of them, their names are ridiculously hard to pronounce. No offense intended, of course. Um, 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 And that's also a trademark of Enochian spirits. They have ridiculously difficult names sometimes in general. AAOXAIF, Aoxaif, a sub-angelic watchtower leader in the east. So more thingy in nature. So more earth in nature. I mean, more aerial in nature. And I can see that too. I'm looking at him with my third eye right now. He's standing right beside me. He's completely transparent. Completely transparent, very watery. And he's very quick, appears as quick as he disappears. He's literally like the wind. Yeah, I thought so. Aerial correspondence show. Conan says I suggest to make a movie. Morino Gregory says no, all good for now. A movie about what? About occultism? No, thank you. And yeah, that's enough. Okay, you have an entire list of Enochian spirits, and as you can see, you can simply summon all of these spirits if you want to. You can summon these spirits if you'd like by simply using the default system. I just connected with two of them, and you heard that one was fire, one was earth, one was air. Yeah, attributes apply more, Samael says. Attributes apply more. For example, in the other one's case, Awok Shif, he has more of an aerial vibe to him, and therefore his specialty lies more in aerial related matters. So intellect, educational matters up to a moderate extent, improving one's quality of life overall, um, becoming more intelligent, aside from just everyday dealings. But all of them, they cover practically every aspect of life. They can help you with everything, but they're more proficient in their corresponding features, of course. So yeah, the default features are fire have to do with intelligence. Fire has to do with power, willpower, strength, physical as well as mental. Destruction, so offensive and defensive deeds and whatnot. Air has to do with intellect, so becoming more intelligent or educational matters, generally speaking. Elementally, yeah, from an elemental perspective. Moving about quicker, you name it. Okay, things of an everyday nature. Water more deals with emotions, of clairvoyance, you name it. The recesses of one's mind, in the sense of becoming astrally stronger. You name it. Aside from all the other general stuff, money and whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. And last but not least. Earth has to do specifically with material possessions, wealth, hardworking, ability to endure hardship, and so on. Conan and Tinsa's movie about angels and demons portraying what other world looks like. No thanks, I'm good. Gregory says regarding Sandalphon, his appearance seems really beautiful. It would be great to have their true appearance. I look forward to seeing them. Good, good, good. Sandalphon says thank you. And like I stated before, okay, Sandalphon is the reason that I'm so extravagant. I didn't used to be a snazzy dresser, and I didn't used to have a hat and glasses and everything. But I can tell in the I can immediately make out with the impact and the influence that Sandalphon has on my personality. My beloved five slot Sandalphon. His influence on me is only rivaled and is only superseded by my Lord's influence on me. My Lord's influence is the reason that I am so mentally and physically strong, a lot stronger, 10 to 20 times stronger than I used to be. The reason for my fortitude and my stamina, and the reason for my ability to endure misfortune and to evade misfortune, even to simply suck it up, and it just goes on. for my weight gain, for becoming muscular and whatnot. Blah blah blah. With Samael, it's been years. Okay, with Sandalphon, it's been. With Sandalphon, it's been. When did I start to work with Sandalphon? Motherfucker. Okay, yak. It's been yeah. With Sandalphon, it's been 2 years now. It's been approximately 2 years, over 2 years with my Lord Samael. It's been over 3 years with my Vice Lord Sandalphon, over 2 years. So almost not even a year, almost close to a year in difference. Gregory M says, do Enochian entities want to work with humans over the long term? Yes, as long as it's worth it. Code 919 says, as far as you know, what movie relates closely to the other world? None. I haven't seen a single movie. None. Not a single movie that relates to the other world. So yeah, that is in any case it, you guys. Yeah, just talking to these two Enochian angels, right, and feeling their energy flow through me, specifically the fiery one, Awod P, or what? Sorry, Awod Pio, or what his name is. Has already worn me down a bit. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a bit worn out right now. Even for someone like me, even at my level, they just take a toll on you. It's like I just had a workout. I at PO, yeah. Like I just had a workout, a brief workout, like I lifted weights or something. Mentally, I mean astrally. Um, in any case, does anyone have any questions? Because I'm pretty much done talking about Enochian magic. That's it on Enochian. Does anyone have any questions? Or statements or remarks, miscellaneous or otherwise? Gregorian says no thanks. Okay. Gregorian says no thank you. He has no questions. And code 919, I'm assuming, also has no questions. Okay, might kick back then and just make it easy. Since I have nothing to talk about. Code 919 is asking me, what does fortitude mean from your perspective? Fortitude, fortitude simply means astral and physical and mental endurance. Gregorian says, at the moment, I don't see the need to work with Enochian spirits. Yes, of course, it's your call. Dorso says, hey, what tools would be needed in your occult course? You'd need as little as possible. I explained that in the occult course too. You literally need as little as possible, so you don't have to worry. You won't have to buy any extravagant tools or anything. The course is down to earth, and you literally need as little as possible, not even $100, nothing. So don't have to worry. No wand, no staff, no altar. I mean, no thingy, no magic circle or anything like that. Nah, really flexible. Okay, like I said, literally, also as little as possible, as little as possible. So nothing that comes even close to being expensive. So yeah, if you can, I mean, if you can't even afford a $2 scrying mirror, so we're talking about a mundane mirror, a small mirror that's 20 by 20 centimeters, and You can't even afford a tiny coffee table, simple stuff like that. But because literally those are all the things that you need, literally. If you can't even afford that, then I can't help you. Code 919 says, thank you. Sure, no problem. So yeah, does anyone have any questions? Occult Experience says, hello, Marino, just logging the live stream now, just joining. Yeah, hello. Questiones. For those people that are just joining, you guys missed, rewatch this. I suggest rewatching this if you're interested in Enochian magic. It was very interesting. In any case, yeah, I am just going to talk about miscellaneous things now. Going to talk about miscellaneous things. But yeah, anyone else is welcome to discuss whatever you want to discuss. Let me copy paste for people what the subject is of this live stream. Subject is miscellaneous topics and Enochian magic part 2. Code 919 says a normal mirror instead of a scrying mirror helps. Yes, just a normal one you can find in a convenience store correlated $1 or $2 worth approximately. Oh, so yeah, that's it. Honestly, I can't say. I'm sorry. Honestly, I can't say a lot about the. Honestly, I can't say a lot about the occult course without giving it away. But the simplest, with and aside from what I already stated in my, in the occult course video, the related or associated video. In any case, what I am going to say is that, like I said, I just spoon feed you. I just tell you everything in relation to exercise, and I do a live demonstration. I actually show you how to set everything up, and it just goes on, okay? Exercise by exercise. I literally walk you through the entire process, and to the point where we reach a full-blown ritual, and I show you exactly what ritual is, what it's like, and what you can expect in terms of results. Everything is divination too. I include divination. Like I said, that's why the course is so long. It's a 3-hour course, the occult course. The occult course is what, approximately 3 hours long, and it has what, 13 videos or 15 videos. So video by video, I deliberately broke it down into small pieces because people, generally speaking, have a short attention span, similar to me. So that's why every video is approximately 15 minutes in length or shorter even. The longest video, what that was unavoidably long, was 30 minutes because that one couldn't be broken down. And as far as I know, as far as I remember it, it's the actual ritual. It's the actual video in which I show you how to perform a ritual. Literally everything what you're supposed to do. Candle, incense, literally everything. I show you everything. So yeah, that's what the occult course is like. Okay, for people that buy the course, I give them, I send them 2 links. The first link is to downloading my book. Book is really short, 3 pages. It simply states everything on paper that I explain in the videos, and that book is literally, it's not even an MB, it's like KB 500. It's just a word, it's not quote unquote just a Word document or rich text document. And for the rest, the link to the playlist. The playlist is a private playlist, so It's unlisted. You won't find it on my channel, obviously. The only people that will buy the course will have access to it. Only people that buy the course will have access to it, because it's impractical to make you guys download it, because it's a lot to download. Really a lot to download. Okay, it's a lot to download. It's just a lot to download, period. Like gigabytes. I mean, 13 videos and so on. It's gigabytes worth of download, and yeah, it's impractical. So you can just watch them at any given moment. You can pause wherever you started when practicing, and it just goes on from there. That's what the occult course is about. And the astrology course is the same thing, but the astrology course is longer because I teach 3 sorts of astrology: natal, relocation, and orrery. So yeah, and again, like I said, I walk you through everything, the entire process, especially natal astrology, since that is a bit long, because I literally go through everything. I show you exactly how to put together a natal chart, and at the end, this is what you have on paper. This is a description of the person's personality in question. So yeah, that's it for the course. For the rest, yeah, like I said, I got nothing really. Now on a miscellaneous subject, there is another place here called Kabalebo Nature Resort. Kabalebo Nature Resort, K-A-B, K-A-B-A-L-E-B-O, Kabalebo Nature Resort. And it's a nature resort that's only accessible by plane, so only via air travel. It's in the wilderness here in Suriname, and it's simply a nature resort that is made specifically for tourists and wealthy tourists at that. And yeah, the prices as usual are ridiculous. I never went there. I've never gone. The only places I haven't gone through in this shithole are places that are accessible by car. The only places I haven't gone to are the places that you need to go either by plane or by helicopter. And yeah, it's literally in the wilderness, complete jungle, everything. Um, so yeah. So the prices are ridiculous, okay? If you want to stay a weekend, they made the place nice and everything. It's well kept and maintained. Yeah, etc., etc. They have these nice little treetop houses that you can sleep in. And staying there for a weekend, let's just say staying 2 nights and leaving, for example, if you went Friday, you'd leave Monday. Just staying there would cost you $800. The amount, just the amount makes me laugh. Just per person, okay? Keep in mind, $800 per person. People have lost their fucking minds. Their heads are not screwed on straight. Occult experience says, wish I can travel back in time and join the beginning of this stream. Gregory M says, in the beginning of your practice, how long have you been practicing Enochian magic? What? I haven't been practicing Enochian magic. Dorsu says, thanks for your answers. If you only have an hour a day for occult training, how long would mastery take using your course? An hour a day is more than enough, since the average exercise is half an hour long. You can practice longer if you want. I explicitly state that. I deliberately state that, and I lay emphasis on it. I lay emphasis on it in the videos, okay, in which I walk you through the exercise sets. But I also state that half an hour is recommended. It's just half an hour a day, so an hour is more than enough. And let's just say the average exercise, depending on who you are, if you have an affinity for the occult, at longest it can take a month, okay? Generally speaking, shorter. On average, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. So assuming that it's, let's just say 20 days for to master one exercise, a half an hour a day, You'd be done in 20 days. There may be 7 exercises, 140 days divided by 30. It's 4 months. You should be done in 4 months. Now should be enough. And then you're good to go, Darso. You're good to go then. And I even include at the end what to do if the highest of unlikeliest things happen. That is that, for example, you something doesn't work for you. For example, you rounded off the entire course, you mastered everything, but you're still not getting the results, and so on. And aside from that, you people that buy this course can always contact me. So yeah, if there is a problem, then just contact me and tell me that there's a problem, because relating to the course, for example, you took the course, but results aren't as effective as you thought they would be, or something similar, blah blah blah. Which again, this is highly unlikely to happen, highly astronomically unlikely to happen, but yeah, in case it still does, yeah. Gregorian says, okay, it's relatively fast. Yeah, that's because I stripped away all baggage. I stripped away all baggage. I stripped away all baggage. When I even wrote the book, I was like, I'm done already? Just 3 pages? Holy crap, that was a lot of baggage that previous people that taught me how to practice, or previous books from which I drew my practice have in their books. I'm not thinking, I'm not belittling anyone or insulting any previous thingy. I'm grateful for the contributions, not any occult author. I'm not belittling or bashing any occult author. But yeah, these books are heavily outdated, and all of the stuff isn't even necessary. Books consisting of 150 to 200 pages. I was like, holy crap. When I wrote my own book, literally just 3 pages in a Word document. And I said to myself, wow, okay, that's a lot of things. And that is included with the list of spirits that you can work from, infernal, celestial as well as infernal. And I was like, okay, wow, talk about baggage. Oh, mom. So yeah, the whole point is that after you've rounded off my course, the results can begin on a heavy set basis. It requires some initial investment, similar to starting a company, but believe me, you'll be smiling your ass off and laughing your ass off from euphoria, from being excessively happy in terms of results. Definitely. Life-changing results. So if money is your focus, you better believe the money's going to start rolling in. You're going to get showered with money. So yeah, choice is yours. Um, oh yeah, relating to what I said, to that resort. I'm just going to talk about miscellaneous topics now. I'm going to show you guys what the resort is about. Cabalibo Nature Resort. They focus themselves on American, Canadian tourists and whatnot. That's the thingy. That's the link to a so-called trailer of Cabalibo Nature Resort. And 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 just hold on for a second. I'll show you guys the prices. Oh, the prices staying 3 nights, so 4 days. Oh God. It just makes me laugh. Ah. Son of a buck. Ah. Dumbasses. 3 nights, 4 days. Those are the prices. I'm missing David B. David B is most likely also busy or preoccupied. Click on 3 nights, 4 days as an example. It's just hilarious. God, it's hilarious. I think I even saw $1,000 per person just for staying 3 days. They've lost their fucking minds. Lost their minds. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Either occult related or Kabalibo or miscellaneous related? So yeah. Oh, 919 says, what the fuck? Listen, the video shows you what it looks like. There you can see with an introduction in English, they're trying to swoop you off your feet, trying to make you think that it's the best place on earth. The place does look nice. I won't deny that. I'll admit it. The place looks nice, granted. It looks very creative and very peaceful and everything. But check out the prices. These are ridiculously expensive by international standards, let alone local standards. 1,000 American dollars, okay, or 1,000 euros, just for staying somewhere in the jungle in a tree hut with air conditioner, etc. Just the basic stuff for 3 nights. That's just it. Even if food and everything is included, keep in mind, tours are not included. Just staying there is included, and breakfast, I think. The rest you'll have to buy separately. So if you want to go on a tour, for example, they have a kayaking tour, they have an animal spotting tour. You'll have to pay for all of that stuff separately. $1,000 for just staying there. $1,000 for just staying there in a treetop house. 1,000 American dollars or 1,000 euros for a couple of days, just 3 days. I'm not sure. I think the plane trip to there is included, but it doesn't matter. Even if the plane trip to there is included, fuck that. No normal person in his mind or her right mind would pay $1,000 for going to some place in the jungle just for a couple of days. I mean, you can go to the jungle if you want to fucking see animals, and it won't even cost you here. You can literally make a makeshift tent or anything, you name it, and it won't even cost you $100, $50 maybe. And see, that's my point again. Work less than nothing Suriname proves again how work less than nothing it is. I'm not saying that you can make a profit. You can make a profit, but not to such a ridiculous extent. You can make a profit, sure, no problem. But such a trip would be worth $200 in my opinion. $200, $300, okay. You know, I'll stay $200 to $300 and no problem. Then I can say, okay, it's relatively worth it. A couple of $100 for staying a weekend in the jungle, seeing some animals. I saw a puma, I saw a jaguar, I saw a fucking tree snake, I saw a boa, I saw a venomous pit viper, whatever, okay. And kayaking, I went this, I went that. Yeah, that's normal, okay. Then I can say, okay, you know, it's worth it. The quality of the service provided is equal to, the price is equal to the quality of the service provided. But I'll be damned if I pay $1,000 just to sleep in a treetop house somewhere in the middle of the jungle. Just for that. And then I haven't even bought food yet. I need to pay separately for, I think, dinner. I haven't even taken any tour there. So basically, if you're not willing to pay separate amounts, then the tour is, if you're just only willing to pay that $1,000, then the tour is literally just going to be you in your treetop house, staring outside and walking around the complex for for the 2 or 3 days that you'll be staying there. After that, you're done. So these guys just, oh God, talk about a ripoff. This redefines being a ripoff. So they literally just want you to spend $2,000 as an individual, $1,000 for taking kayaking tours and all kinds of shit there. They're literally acting as if they're God themselves, okay? Like they're the ones that created the jungle, stare at my majesticness and so on. They didn't create shit. Literally did not create shit. All of you guys are laughing right now. Code 919 says, what the fuck? Ha 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 ha. Fuck Suriname, travel overseas with that money. Yeah, exactly. My point. With $1,000, I can fucking travel to Australia and back and forth, I think. I could go to fucking Thailand. Screw that. I can go to fucking Jamaica and enjoy a 4-star restaurant and every 4-star hotel. No. Dorjo says maybe the high prices keep the vermin out. Ha 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 ha. Gregory M says the video is nice, but it's crazy expensive just for a resort in the middle of the jungle with insects and mosquitoes. No beaches or waterfalls, nothing. There is a waterfall, but a jungle-ish, small waterfall, drippy drippy. Gregory M says you can go to St. Bartholomew for the same price. I agree. Occult experience says $1,000 can buy a rather good time in New York. Yeah, exactly. $1,000 can buy a good time anywhere, okay? Even if you travel to fucking Europe, you go to Germany, $1,000 will get you more than enough in terms of staying and everything. No. But yeah, that's a piece of shit. That's what kind of a piece of shit Suriname is. I remember I sent them an email once. They didn't even bother to reply. They'll only bother to reply if you flash them money. If you tell them, hey, listen, I love your resort. I want a custom price. I want a custom tour. I'm willing to spend $5,000. They'll immediately hit you up. I'm nearly sure of it. They're just, it's hard to believe that that a country can be so full of shit. But yeah, it is going to be the case when the country is comprised of shit. So there you go. Hello, Chris. I still remember your name. How are you? Or Mr. ULVFDFGTMK. So yeah, that resort is one of the very few places. It's the only place practically that I haven't been to. Nah, I mean, even if you're someone, you're used to the concrete jungle and you're not used to seeing the jungle, the actual jungle. You're just used to seeing cabs. You live in the center of New York City. You live in NYC. It's center, the heart of NYC. You're only used to seeing planes and skyscrapers. You're used to seeing streets and roads and cabs and everyone yelling at each other. Sure, no problem. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna pay $1,000 to just look at a couple of fucking trees and to see a couple of wild animals cross around while trying to evade me because they're scared of the humans and whatnot. No. Again, Caballebo as well as Suriname can go fuck itself, majestically fuck itself. The only guy there was only one time that I came across a tourist that visited Caballebo Nature Resort. Was a Dutch guy that I met at Jacanas, and he just came to talk to us briefly, got acquainted with us, but he was a bit odd, as in he seemed a bit distant, and yet he was the one that approached us. And he was also with a fucking major gold digger that wanted to not be recognized by the rest, that did not want to get recognized by the rest. She was wearing a hat like this one, not nearly as nice as my Stacey Adams hat, okay? She was just wearing one of those hats that women wear with thick sunglasses because she did not want to be recognized, the kind that rape victims or victims of domestic abuse wear, because they don't want to see what kind of blue eyes they have and how their husbands or how a guy knocked them the fuck out. So yeah, she was most likely an escort and she's just all about the money. And that guy did go to Caballebo. He told us about Caballebo, and I told him, no. The place looks nice, but definitely not $1,000 nice. Their fucking heads are not screwed on straight, and that place is not fucking seeing me. The plane even that carries you to there isn't even a nice plane. It's one of those stupid Rickery planes that can only carry 5 or 6 people or passengers. It's just shit all the way. God, it's just hard to believe that someone can be that. It's just the worthlessness never seems to end. Just when I thought that a place could be more worthless, Suriname seems to literally be hell bent on showing the rest of the world that it is the most worthless place on earth. It's like they're trying to get into the Guinness World Record. It's like they're trying to get into the Guinness World Record books, okay? Like they're trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records, being the most worthless country on earth. Holy shit. Gregory M says, no disrespect to Suriname, but there are better destinations that have the jungle and the beaches at the same time, as well as the five-star resorts. Yes, exactly. Screw no disrespect, okay? Screw no disrespect. Suriname, shitholes like Suriname do not deserve respect. Shitholes like Suriname don't deserve respect. They deserve to be fucking bombed. That's what they deserve. Or not even that. Waste of the ammunition. Not even that. Waste of the ammunition. Someone called Natasha Ferry is laughing her ass off. Someone I haven't seen before. Chris says, maybe you mentioned it already, but why do you live in Suriname if you hate it that much? Because I was unfortunately born here, Chris, and leaving is like climbing Mount Everest, even for someone like me. So yeah, I'm already in the process of leaving Suriname, but it's still taking a while, of course. Like I said, I can't do anything about that. Time is time. Certain things take time. So yeah, I can't even wipe my ass with my passport. My passport is too worthless to even wipe my ass with. Oh, so yeah. Oh, so yeah, screw no disrespect, okay? And like that's my point exactly. When I tell people about Suriname, I tell them, listen, if you want sandy beaches, you want to enjoy warm weather, you want to enjoy humidity, you want to enjoy a tropical climate, you can literally there are 1,001 places that have all that which that Suriname has and more. Go to Jamaica, go to the Bahamas, go anywhere, go to Curacao, go any fucking where where you can enjoy beautiful ocean beaches and with transparent water and you can enjoy everything. Go to fucking Brazil even. Just watch your back for scammers and pickpockets and whatnot. But for the rest, you can enjoy everything. Go to fucking Hawaii. There are literally so many places that you can go to where you can enjoy all of that. Go to the Maldives, go anywhere. But Suriname, I mean, Suriname doesn't even have blue oceans, okay? Suriname only has ugly, shitty sewer water for oceans, for rivers. The rivers literally look like, due to the mud being so loose on the bottom, it literally makes it look like sewage water. It's like if you're taking a dip in that, it's like you're taking a dip in shit water. Literally what it looks like. So yeah, go anywhere else. I mean, I would never go to vacation, come to vacation to Suriname. If I want to see the jungle, I want to see all the other things, I can just go to Jamaica. I can go somewhere else, damn it. I can literally just enjoy all of those things and more, much, much more. Whereas Suriname only offers you that piece of shit. Literally only offers you that piece of shit. Chris says, I see. Code 919 says, is it possible to bribe? No, it's not possible to bribe, okay? Code 919, Thingy says, Chris says, that sucks. Gregory M says, he's laughing his ass off with emojis. Yeah, a lot of things that people don't understand, okay? A lot of you guys might not understand either, but uh, I'm not insulting anyone, but let's just say it's ignorance, okay? Believe me. Friends of mine have already, some people that think that I'm not serious about leaving Suriname, and I had to explain it to a friend of mine in the Netherlands, in Holland. I told them, listen, you don't understand, okay? You have a Dutch passport. You can easily go anywhere you want to. For you, traveling is like taking the bus or taking a cab, but that's not the case for me. My nationality, I can't even sell it. That's how worthless it is. So if I want to visit somewhere, if I want to, let alone move somewhere else, it's just asking for a simple visitor's visa. If I wanted to go on vacation to the US and I said, hey, I'm going to request a visitor's visa, even that's already a challenge. Let alone, let alone if I have something else, if I do something else. So let alone moving is downright impossible. I mean, I could say that, you're just going to stay there illegally, but that's not the way I do things. I don't do things I either do things the right way, the honorable way, or I don't do them at all, generally speaking. And even if you were to do so, let's just say you were to just hide out somewhere, despite the fact that your 1 month visa has expired, you'd have to constantly watch your back. You'd have to live like some kind of underground rat or some kind of criminal. I'm sorry, my ear is itching. Some kind of criminal. Um, and you'd have ice on your back if it were the US. Even if you went somewhere else, Europe, you name it, any place that's worth something will definitely have immigration police that will be hunting you down. So you can't even lead a normal life. You won't be able to use credit cards normally. The second you try to use something, or the second you try to make use of a service that requires documentation, will automatically trace it back to you, and the manhunt for you will begin, because Mr. Illegal Immigrant needs to be thrown out of the country. He needs to be deported back to the shithole that he comes from. That's how it works, okay? So now, Code 919 says Suriname has no other than that, nothing special. I've already showed you how ugly women here are. Do I need to show you more? You guys don't want to see that, okay? With the occult giveaway, you guys will basically experience the way I live, and what life here is like for me. The fuck is Oprah doing? So yeah, that's what you guys can expect from me. I've already showed that. Once I'm ready with that occult giveaway, assuming that everything continues plan wise and so on, then you'll see in the video. I'll make a compilation video so that you can see what to expect, and we'll see then. Okay, people that are interested simply need to comment on the video and meet my requirements, and we're good to go. I already calculated it. It's approximately 3,000 euros worth, including plane tickets and everything for whomever is the lucky person. Plane tickets to here and going back, so a round trip and whatnot. Believe me, staying in a hotel here, I stayed in a hotel here, and it wasn't even a good hotel. It states itself as being 4 stars, but in reality, it is what I'd call it a 2-star hotel. Everything's shitty about the hotel. And I stayed there for a month. Do you have any idea how much I paid? It's in the center of town. The name of the hotel is Best Western Elegance Hotel. Best Western Elegance Hotel. I paid like what? I'll show you guys. Hold on. Come on, open Google Best Western Elegance Hotel. No. Best Western Elegance Hotel. Elegance Hotel, Suriname. Yes. Best Western Elegance Hotel, Suriname. You piece of shit, Elegance Hotel and Casino. Come on. This is their website. Elegance Hotel and Casino. That is the link to their website. I paid, I stayed there for a month last year while I was poised to leave Suriname. I paid $75 a night. So I stayed there, and it costs me pretty much well over 2,000 bucks staying there for a month. And it has nothing special, really. Just the basic things that a hotel room has. I remember, I'll show you guys. Wait a minute. I remember, I did record a couple of videos back when I stayed there. Not of the hotel itself, just general occult topics. Come on, YouTube, fucking open up. I don't have all day. Open the fuck up. Let me see. I think Santa Muerte. The video on Santa Muerte. Come on, open up, you piece of crap. So yeah, this is what the room looks like. Just the basic stuff, you know, a bed and a chair to sit in, a reading chair, a desk, plasma TV screen. Even their internet is really shabby. It's really bad. It's so fragile. Connection keeps breaking off. They keep giving you code after code after code. And that's it. Just a small fridge, a mini fridge.
Can I talk to somebody who can help me with a problem I have today?
Just a small fridge and in a bathroom, of course, and a toilet. Just basic things, okay? So yeah, well beyond worthless, so not worth it.
Can I talk to somebody?
Too bad. Yeah, Jason Dunn says unfortunately he cannot join me because he has a long ass shift. Too bad, but I thought so, yeah. Yeah, in any case. So yeah, their heads are not screwed on straight. I remember I stayed in that hotel for approximately a month, and the hotel has nothing else other than just general sleeping accommodations and blah blah blah. So yeah, the hotel's absolute shit. Doesn't even have a pool. Remember, doesn't even have a pool. The hotel literally does not even have a pool. And for the time that I stayed there, they kept carrying out maintenance tasks.
Somebody who can help me with a problem.
They don't even have a pool. They have nothing. They only have a ridiculously over salted with bleach, some kind of wannabe pool jacuzzi. It was only what 2 by 1 meter, so it's 2 square meters. And the thing is that they don't check upon. They don't have. They're sloppy. They just throw an entire liter's worth of bleach in it to clean that so-called pool, quote unquote pool. And what do you expect if you're going to throw a liter's worth of bleach into a pool that's only, or a jacuzzi that's only 2 square meters? What do you think is going to happen? I literally just went into that pool once. I just took a dip and I immediately took a shower. I said, no, 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 no. I felt my entire skin itching all over. It was like I was going to melt. It was like I was a snail and someone had thrown salt all over me or sprinkled salt all over me. No, 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 no. I immediately took a shower and I was like, okay, fuck. No, 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 no.
Can I talk to somebody?
So yeah, Eric Anderson has joined us. In any case, does anyone have any questions, questiones, occult-wise as well as otherwise? The subject today is miscellaneous topics as well as Enochian magic. Conan 19 says, how is the food? The food at that hotel, abysmal. I ordered several things. The only good thing I ever got was fish, red snapper. And even then, the red snapper was, I think, $60 or something. Oh, oops, you have to excuse me. Come on, load, you piece of shit. Load, 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 load. Fucking email, man. So yeah. Gregory M says Moreno successfully managed to dissuade me from coming to Suriname. I want to visit Suriname just to know how much of a shithole it is. Listen, if you're the lucky one that wins the trip, or it's not gonna be a lottery, okay? The person that I'll be giving it to is someone that can either give me the best. It's either a repeated customer or a long time customer, either someone like that or someone that will be able to explain good enough why he or she wants to come to Suriname once I initiate the giveaway. Once I initiate the giveaway. So yeah. So code 919, if you happen to be the lucky winner, then yeah, I can definitely show you what kind of a shithole it is. I'll just tell you to apply for a job at any given company so that you can see for yourself what working conditions and circumstances are like. I'll tell you to drive up in day so you can see what traffic is like, so you can see what the infrastructure is like. I'll tell you to try to obtain citizenship and good luck with that. To see what it's like. I'll tell you to file a police report with the police so that you can see what a police precinct looks like. I'm starting to laugh already. Occult experiences. I took your advice from the Ars Paulina stream and invoke Archangel Samael this morning. Tuesday, not sure if it worked, but I did notice a lot of things fell off the shelves by accident. Yeah, that's normal. Martian, what do you expect? Code 919 says, I wish I don't win, but if I do, it's an adventure. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, okay? Like I said, you'll only see the nice places in Suriname. I won't stand for a guest of mine being tainted by the shit that is Suriname. So no. Like I said, I'll only take you tonight. Everything's already in play. Everything's already well underway, okay? I just, other things enjoy priority. So once I'm ready, we'll just get on it. Yeah, I already have everything on a list, everything. Occult giveaway. I have a document on my computer, all the places in terms of vacation destinations. Everything. Okay. Budget will be 3,000 euros, which is more than doable. And that is it. So yeah, I just need to furnish the room I just need to have the room furnished that you'll be staying in, or that someone will be staying in, and equip it with everything, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There are, like I said, there are nice places, but the only places that are nice are places that I myself visit. There are a couple of nice plantations here outside the city that I wish I could live at so that I don't have to deal with the vermin. Let me see if I have a video on one of those plantations. Just open the fuck up. Oh yeah, I'll show you. One of them is called Plantation Wiederzorg. Wiederzorg, it's pronounced Wiederzorg in Dutch. It simply means repeated worry or repeated sorrow. It's kind of a sad name, but it's ironic because the place looks so nice. We'll show it to you in a second. This is what the plantation looks like. Looks so nice. It's maybe, I think, what, 30 kilometers outside the city? 40 kilometers? Just look at how beautiful it is. As for occult experiences statement, yeah, that's normal. Martian spirits have the tendency, a tendency or the tendency to bring about misfortunes, small misfortunes or small small bits of misfortune, such as you stubbing your toe, hitting your hand or shoulder or any body part by accident against a thingy, against something. Kona 19 says beautiful indeed. Yes, beautiful indeed. Okay. Let's see if I can show you any other place. And there's nothing there, okay? There is no, yeah, beautiful colonial style, Gregory M says. Yeah, it is, it's a Dutch colonial house, plantation owner's house too, that they renovated. But I don't know if it's open to the public or whatever the hell they're doing. They have no contact information. They have no way of contacting them. So you'd have to go all the way over there and try to contact someone. It's just, I'll show you Baki, Plantation Baki. Plantation Baki, a white guy, a white Dutch guy with a mixed race woman that he's with. They're married as far as I know. She manages the thing on his behalf. She manages the, she stays at that plantation and she manages it on his behalf. You can only reach Baki. It's pronounced Baki. Baki simply means kettle, if you will, loosely translated in Dutch. And it's pronounced Bakie, and it is they are the ones that renovated. It has a museum. It has a museum. It has a museum on slavery and colonial times and so on. They really invested a good deal of money into fixing the place up because it was, of course, it was dilapidated. They also have tours for tourists, and the woman serves as your guide. And yeah, let me just see if I can find the video. Hold on, and you'll see how beautiful Baki is. It used to be a village. It still is a village, but it's largely abandoned. Only a couple of elderly people live there that refuse to leave because they have ties to there. But I'll show you how beautiful it is. It still has Dutch water irrigation systems with chains and everything. And one of the signs says 1742, so it was made in 1742. Yeah, Elegance Hotel has a casino. Just ignore piece of shit Elegance. This is what Plantation Baki is like. Plantation Baki. And Plantation Baki is only accessible by boat. So it is, from the nearest point, it is at least a couple of hours to Baki.
Can I talk to somebody who can help me with a problem I have today?
That's what Baki looks like. Gregory M says, given the colonial and slavery past of Suriname, are there any colonial plantations or haunted colonial houses? Screw that, okay. Eric Anderson says, I love your ringtone. Yeah, thanks. Haunted colonial Fox, screw that, okay, Gregory. A good portion of Suriname is haunted. Suriname as a whole is haunted. The city is haunted. So make no mistake. Ooh. So let me know what you guys think of Baki. Isn't it beautiful? I have wallpapers of Baki. I have plenty of pictures and whatnot. Oh. Gregory M says, damn, okay. Oh, so let me know you guys. I'm also going to show you what the museum looks on the inside. The museum, Baki Museum. You'll see a bunch of old things like old maps that colonial slave masters and Europeans drew up of the area, and the lady explaining in Dutch what it's all about in the background, and you know, the story of the slaves that either ran away from the plantations or the you know, the brutal punishment that they endured, blah blah blah. Code 919 says, besides being beautiful, being there feels more connected to nature. Good vibes. Yeah. You can also stay there. So I recall it. She has these houses, small houses that you can stay in, basic accommodations. They're furnished and everything. And staying there is 50 euros a night. This is the museum, the mini museum. So yeah, that's the mini museum. That's what it looks like. Occult experience says it looks beautiful, has a lot of character. Yeah, exactly. See, now that's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff that I deem worthy of investing in. If someone told me, listen, if you were to stay in Suriname, because people ask me, I once had a guy from Trinidad that interviewed me because he wanted my realistic take on Suriname, that it's a shithole beyond measure and blah, blah, blah. And I told him all of those things during a live stream in which I was his guest. And he told me, what would I say to people that are wondering why I'm not just staying here and making things better instead of leaving. I just don't want to. Again, Suriname is not my home, but if I had to stay in Suriname, these are the kind of places that I would deem worthy in investing in. I would go stay in a place like Baki, and I would invest the fuck in Baki. Make no mistake, I would renovate everything. My house would look like this shit. Everything would be so fucking sick. Gregory M says, beautiful, well maintained. What are those books in a museum? Code 919 says, those books in a museum are old books that they managed to save from being destroyed, that date back to colonial times, you know, old documents and drawing up plans that the old colonial slave owners had and whatnot. Those kind of things, just historical artifacts, administrative artifacts. Let me see. Oh, museum. Let me see if I have anything else to show you. This is what there is also a beautiful place here. David B is familiar with it, called Frederick's Village. It's called Frederiksdorp. Dorp means Dutch in village. Means village in Dutch. So that's what the name means. And yeah, check out this video. You'll see how beautiful it is. You can automatically tell that it is European owned and maintained. Just look at how beautiful and serene it is. It just staying there puts you at ease. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can find the English. If I can find the English thingy for you guys. The English page of Frederick's Village. Motherfuck. In English. Frederick's Village in English. Son of a bitch, why won't you load fully? Load quicker, you piece of shit. Oh. Get lost, man. Yeah. Check out this. Check this out. This is the English page from booking.com. Frederick's Village does have a page, but it's only in Dutch. A website, but it's only in Dutch. Yeah, dolfijnentour is simply Dutch for dolphin tour. Dolfijn is the Dutch phrase for dolphin. It's simply a dolphin spotting tour. I went on that tour. I'll show. Hold up, I need to show you the video where a dolphin literally just jumped right past the boat that I was in, and one of those dumb Indians that I was with just went like, "Oh, so beautiful." Dolphin Ahoy. Yeah, that was the name of the video. Oh, yeah, that's what Frederick's Village looks like, as you can see from the picture. It's from those pictures on booking.com. And it's not even expensive if you want to stay there. Those cabanas and colonial houses that they rent out for you to stay in only cost like 40 euros a night. Food, everything there is ridiculously cheap. So yeah, if you've got 100 euros, it's more than enough. Gregory M says, when I see Frederick's Village, we can say that the country has potential. Yes, the country has potential as long as the vermin isn't taken into consideration. The vermin needs to be eradicated first. Vermin needs to be eradicated first. In any case, yeah, this is the dolphin. This is what a dolphin tour looks like pretty much. This is close to the Atlantic Ocean where the Suriname River stops and the Atlantic Ocean begins, close to it in any case. That's why the water is so, it's almost a water or a naval intersection. That's why the water is so uneasy. And that's why you have a bunch of waves instead of it being calm and cool. No, Code 919 is asking me how much money does it take to stay in Suriname for a year? Well, if you want to keep things as cheap as possible, so that means do your own laundry, cook yourself, and just go about daily life. Is that what you're assuming? Or just like a regular person, or like me? Like okay, both. Fine. Like a regular person, it would be like me. Like me, at least 4 times as much. Mm. Mm. So yeah, that is it. No other questions. Line 19 says you live a lavish life, Moino. Yeah, I know, but I'm entitled to a lavish life. I don't think anyone is stupid enough to contest that, but then again, you never know. Oh, I need to show you another nice quiet village called Alliance. Alliance. I'll show you how beautiful Alliance is. Only a bunch of hillbilly Indonesians live there. I'll show you what Alliance is like. Alliance is also a former plantation, but it's just a village where people live. And I'll show you how beautiful and how peaceful Alliance is. It's a village way outside the city, only accessible, way outside the city, only accessible by boat.
Can I talk to somebody who can help me with a problem I have today?
Oh, pop, 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 pop. So yeah, let me know what you think. Alliance looks nice, right? It's nice and peaceful and quiet and everything. So yeah, those are pretty much the places. There's also a nice quiet place, the second largest city in Suriname. Not that Suriname has any large cities. Paramaribo is the capital, it's the largest by far, and the second largest is Naikeri. Typical but beautiful, seems quiet. Yes, Gregorian. This is what Naikeri is like. This is what Naikeri is like. Naikeri is the second largest city. The majority of people that live in Naikeri are Indians, so Hindus. And Naikeri is nice. Nature makes it nice or makes it beautiful. And the peace and quiet and serenity and tranquility. But yeah, that's it. Other than that, there's nothing nice about Naikeri. This video was taken on my birthday when I went to Naikeri for the first time, when celebrating my birthday. It was last year when I became 33. The Jakes 2009 has chimed in. Hello, Moreno. Do you recommend doing the BRP and BRH daily as a start for beginners, or should I straight away develop my astral senses straight away? He means. It all depends. You're good either way. You're good either way. Code 919 says, so your birthday is next month. Yes, September 29th. Was born in 1985. September the 29th, similar to my birth date, falls on a Sunday. So in in 2 months. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Code 919 says, any plans on birthday? Not really. I don't celebrate not really. I don't celebrate my birthday in a conventional way. I pretty much do what I want when I want it. Not going to motherfucker. Ugh. Not going to use my B-day as an excuse to do something extravagant when I want to do so immediately. Patient Diligence says, greetings. When working with astrology, what system do you use? Western or Vedic? Western. I'm all about Western. So yeah. Code 919 is asking me what my opinions are on Vedic. I think we already went over think we already covered this on a previous live stream when I announced my Astro course. The neutral towards Vedic. Neutral towards Vedic. But not as far as I know and am concerned. As far as I know and I'm concerned, not nearly as effective as Western. Gregory M says, gotta go. Thanks for the stream, Morino. No problem. Bye, Gregory. Bye, Gregory. What's the current temperature? Outside, it seems hot. I'm sorry for the yawning. It seems hot. I'm not tired. I don't know why I'm yawning. Okay, Google. The current temperature.
The current temperature in the New Grand is 31 degrees Celsius. Due to the current humidity, it feels like it's 35.
You guys heard it, 35 degrees. Can you imagine what it's like being outside? Just a stereotypical day in piece of shit Suriname, 35 fucking degrees. Oh, I need 10 degrees. Patient Diligence says, when you spoke about different entities occupying certain signs and certain degrees, is that on the sidereal zodiac, or is there an adjustment that can be made for using the sidereal zodiac? It applies to it applies to the zodiac regardless of zodiacal system. Code 919 says, take it. Take what? I don't remember. Regardless, Patient Diligence, I don't remember speaking about different entities occupying certain signs and certain degrees. I don't recall mentioning that ever. When did I mention that? Oh, but yeah, that's my answer regardless. Take what? Oh, the 10 degrees. I have no idea how to take the 10 degrees. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words regarding temperature. I'm at a loss for words regarding temperature. Eric Anderson says, ha ha ha. Yes, yes, yes.
Can I talk to somebody who can help me with a problem I have today?
I'll also show you the border of Suriname called Seashore. It's known as backtrack by Guyanese people because Guyana borders Suriname in the west, where Nigeria is, and I'll show you the shore. I also visited the shore. Here you go, seashore in Nigeria. It's also beautiful. Code 919 says, okay, let me tell you, boss, just turn on the AC. The AC is already on, full blast. I almost never turn my AC off, only at nighttime. Homer Simpson has just joined us. Hello, Homer Simpson. How long have I been live streaming? 2 hours ago. It's 12:59 p.m. in my location, so 1 minute to 1 p.m. Code 919 says seashore is amazing. Yes, it is. That was 8 a.m. in the morning, right after I woke up. In the distance, you can see the closest border town in Guyana called Corriverton. Yeah. Let me see. What else can I show you? Is there anything else that I can show you? This is what life outside the city looks like. This is a neighborhood called New Amsterdam. I do speak Dutch in that video because I'm addressing a Dutch friend of mine. I just wanted to show him what it looks like. Stop it. Yeah, that's what it looks like outside the city. It is literally living in the sticks, you know, it's like living like a hillbilly, a Surinamese hillbilly.
Can I talk to somebody who can help me with a problem I have today?
Homer Simpson says, does eating before invocation affect the invocation? No, not really, but I obviously wouldn't recommend hosting a ritual I wouldn't recommend hosting a ritual while you're hungry, of course. The same way that you shouldn't do anything on an empty stomach. Or tired, or find yourself at any kind of handicap, physically or astrally or mentally. You should also not host a ritual when you don't feel like it, or when you're in a really bad mood or in an alternate state of mind. So just see to it when you host a ritual that you're healthy. When you're more experienced, then yeah, it doesn't. You can simply push on through because your own intuition will tell you, yeah, it's no problem. But don't do so when you are sick or something. Don't do so. So yeah. But yeah, it would be nice to have a house with that view. It would be really nice. Let me see. Boundary garden, no. This is the local zoo. What the local zoo looks like. Hurry up. So yeah. You'll have to forgive my laughing or excuse my laughing. I'm just thinking about something funny. Code 919 says order hyenas in the zoo. No, but as you know, there are just within the population itself, hyenas roam free here, as do other animals. They 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 pose as people. Occult experience says, do you think the Christians receiving of the Eucharist during Mass is a form of invocation? Not really, but ritual in general, Catholic or otherwise, can be seen as a ritual. Homer Simpson says, does Enochian language hold power? Yes, watch the stream since the beginning, Homer Simpson, and afterwards, and you'll hear everything that we had to discuss. We're already past the whole Enochian part. Eric Anderson is laughing. He knows what I'm referring to. Yeah. Code 919 says there's no point in having a zoo then. Maybe it's just to appear more sane to foreign tourists. Yes, the zoo lives off of donations from wealthy people in general. It's more of a nature park than a zoo. Only a couple of animals. Only a couple of animals. Homer Simpson says when scrying, does the scrying mirror have to be black? No. Can be regular or obsidian. Can be regular or obsidian. So yeah. I'm sorry. Chris says regarding the LBRP/middle pillar rights, are there some satanic variations where the archangel names are replaced with demon names? There are, I'm sorry, he's not asking, he's saying. Are they just as valid? Does the power come from the ritual structure? Yes, as far as I know. As far as I know, it does, but it's not nearly as effective compared to the original because it's a variation thereof. I know what you're referring to. I remember EA Coering talking about something like that. He has, instead of Michael, Oriel, Gabriel, and Raphael, he has Azazel, Satan, and a couple of other fallen angels replaced. Um, Homer Simpson says, "What? Just a normal mirror. What mirror did you use when developing astral senses?" I just said it. It can be regular or obsidian. Patient Diligence says, "What do you recommend as the best way to start communicating or scrying for beginners who have already invoked?" Why would you want to scry when you've already evoked? That's regressive. So regressive. One should progress, not regress. Other than that, I mean, if you just want to practice despite the fact that you've already invoked, then yeah, knock yourself out. But I have no real recommendations, just the basic stuff. Anyone have any other questions? Code19 says, I suggest you open another channel for these kind of videos, for nature adventures, ATV videos, etc. That's actually not a bad idea. I thought about that, but I thought about it. I said to myself, hey, wait a minute. I can basically open up another channel and then I can upload all the videos that I have to that channel, you know, my recreational videos. But I just thought to myself, it's a waste of time and bandwidth. It's just a waste of time and bandwidth, to be honest, in my opinion. Just a waste of time and bandwidth. What do you think? Indeed, a waste of time and bandwidth. Code 919 says it's fun to watch. Yeah, but how many people are going to watch it? It's fun to watch, but how many people are going to watch it? It's just, I don't know. It's fun to watch, but I don't know. I just don't know. I only use my videos primarily for thingy purposes, for recreational purposes. When I typed in Suriname, there are not a lot of videos popping up on YouTube about Suriname. No, there are not, because it is worth less than nothing. No one types in shit. How many people in the world type in shit, actual shit? How many people are interested in shit? Okay, how many people actually Google fecal matter or poo or anything? Seriously. When have you ever heard someone say, hey, I was interested in the history of shit? So yeah, let me just look it up. I'm sorry for being so crude for people that are watching. But yeah, I don't like bringing up shit, but yeah, I can't bring it up. I can't phrase it any differently, man. Holy Suriname. In any case, I thought about the idea. The idea keeps popping up in my head. So yeah, in any case, at least I'll think about it at least. Okay. It's a good idea. Whether it's a good idea, I don't know. I don't know if it is a good idea. I don't know. No lo sé. If it's a good idea. I don't know. It will give people better insight on what fun things you can do in Suriname. Eric Anderson says it's fun, your stream. Chris says he's laughing at code 919. Yes, it's all funny. I'll think about it, I don't know. But yeah, my intuition has told me a couple of times that I could upload all the videos that I have so people could see that Suriname isn't all piss and shit, that there are at least one or two places that are worth visiting, or worth not visiting but worth going to, even local people, the one or the 10% or 20% that's not vermin. But I'm already seeing that there aren't going to be a lot of people, that whose attention it will draw. Of course, it helps people where to travel. It helps show people where to travel and whatnot. Of course. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that not a lot of people look stuff like this up. So it's honestly not even worth my time. So it all comes down to whether I want to do it, whether I deem it worthy of doing or not. I just don't know whether I deem it worthy of doing. I just don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it at least. Chris says maybe you can make Suriname more attractive to visitors by showing the good places, thereby attracting more visitors, thereby motivating the country to clean itself up. Chris says Suriname safe. No. Suriname can only be saved by being cleansed, by being purged, better said. Okay? And honestly, if I deem that worth my time again, if I deem that worth my time and effort, then I would simply, I'd bomb the bejesus out of Suriname. I'd bomb it with napalm. I want to see it burn, and we clean up afterwards. It's like seeing a dilapidated house that's rat and cockroach infested. What are you going to do? You're going to call an exterminator to clean all of this crap up. You're going to tell him, get rid of all the vermin in there. I don't want to see a single rat or cockroach standing or alive. After that, we can clean up. After that, you're going to clean up an army. You're going to enlist an army of housekeeping women or cleaning ladies or cleaners to literally clean it heavy duty wise before you can actually start renovating the house and turning it into something that's worth something. Occult experiences, can you do a divination on it? Yeah, I already checked. Okay, while I was talking to you guys, I already checked, double checked. And the divination says that it will attract people, but not as many people as the average person would suspect. And yeah, that's it. And that the choice is mine entirely. Something I already knew, so it wasn't even necessary to perform any kind of divination on it, but yet I still did. I really quickly cast an astro chart while I was talking to you guys without you guys even noticing, and a tarot card reading. It says what I already knew, okay? What my intuition was already telling me. Oh! Kona 19 says, let's say Morino traveled to Suriname. He knows nothing about Suriname and watches your videos to get saved from hyenas and people eaters. Ah, Eric Anderson says, make Suriname great again. And Chris says, Eric Anderson, exactly. Suriname was never great to begin with. Suriname was never great. Suriname was never great. Suriname was never great to begin with. See, Sheila says Yahweh's wrath is coming to visit Earth. Suriname will get more than purged. Even shit has its purposes. Yahweh says. Even shit has its purposes. And yeah. Even shit has its purposes. So yeah. I don't know. I simply do not know. I know what you guys mean, okay? In any case, I know what you guys mean. Simply, I don't know, I should maybe start a traveling channel or some kind of travel blog channel in which I, display all of these things. See, Sheila says the God of the Bible is no lovely little being. No, he is not. He is a vengeful God and he is destructive. That's why he is said. That's why it is said from his words, or that's why it is said in his words. Do not mistake, because I am not here to bring peace. I am here to bring the sword. I am here to cause devastation and chaos. So bluntly put, God is saying, don't mistake me for being a nice guy. I'm here to rain down chaos and agony and suffering upon all of you. That's what God says. Not just that, but yeah. So let's not kid ourselves. Homer Simpson says, does Yahweh appear when you talk about him? Not always. Generally speaking, he does, but he appears in a. It's like the video in which I discussed him. He appears in a transparent form, so indistinguishable. That's normal given who he is. And yeah, the power level is different. Okay, it's immeasurable. You can clearly. He just feels like a void. He feels like a black hole. You can't measure him power wise. The power doesn't feel like anything familiar. It just feels like emptiness and nothingness. So yeah, even now I'm feeling it, and it's giving me kind of a headache, but it's okay. And also a disgusting, not disgusting, but let's just say a weird taste in my mouth. And that's okay. Oh, so yeah, I know what you guys mean in any case. It's like a traveling blog. Whether I should start a travel blog. It's fun to watch these videos. But I don't know if I want to. See, Ashila says, is he a male deity or does he have a feminine counterpart? Listen to this entire live stream from the beginning and you'll hear me address this issue. He's both male and female. Yahweh is male, as we all know, but he also has a female counterpart called the Shekinah in Judaism, so called the mother of all things or all creatures, blah, blah, blah. Chris says literally all Christians here will insist that God is nice and merciful. No chance of convincing them that this is not the case, even if you quote his own book. Those Christians are not real Christians like me, okay? I'm not boasting for myself, but those Christians are the imbecilic, blind, retarded types. Chris says, here meaning where I live. Yeah, I know. I'm assuming that you live somewhere near the Bible Belt in Texas or somewhere. Those nut job Christians are irrational and they are simply they're simply they're simply I don't know what to call them. You can't even. I just don't know what to call them. Again, they're like the Christian. They're like the Christian equivalent of of Muslim extremists. Let's just call them Christian extremists. They're also not very welcome near civilized people. Code 919 says they're fun to watch, especially ATV and adventure videos. Yes, I know. Sia Sheila says Christianity is a brainwashing tool used to disempower people of African descent. Yeah, not just people of African descent, okay? Organized religion, not just Christianity. Most mainstream organized religions, the ones that have giant mosques and houses of worship and temples and whatnot are literally just meant to brainwash the those that are too stupid to second guess or to question any kind of authority. In the Middle Ages, yeah, the government or the church made extensive use, or not use, but they extensively abused the stupidity of people back then. Back in the days when everything was blasphemous. Oh, an aeroplane? How dare you say that people can fly? Blasphemy. So full of shit. Eric Anderson says in another word, God. In other words, God means son of bitch. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, Code 919 in relation to these videos, I might think about it now that you mention it. I simply need to ask myself whether it's worth my time, because it's a lot of time, okay? It's a lot of work and a lot of material, and I wouldn't be getting anything out of it personally other than simply helping people, showing people which places you can go to in Suriname and what fun things there are to do. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I want to. I'm not really sure if I want to show people that. I'm just not sure. Eric Anderson says, sorry. No, I don't know what you mean. Explain to me exactly what you mean. In other words, God means son of bitch. And what are you insinuating? That in another language, God means son of a bitch? Or do you mean that you're calling God son of a bitch? That so God is a son of a bitch for being so vengeful and so on? Chris says, Jesus, give all your riches away. Catholic Church says, yes, give it all to us. Yes, exactly. My point exactly. See, Ashila says, I started my protection meditations listening to the lightning and chanting with Yahweh's name. I feel very spacey. Yeah, that's normal, given my previous description and what the energy feels like. I also know, see, Ashila, you're the one from India, right? Yeah, I've been noticing for a good while now someone visiting my website someone from India visiting my website extensively. So yeah, that has to be you. Not that I mind, but this way I can identify my target audience specifically. Ah, there's also someone from Sweden visiting my website regularly, as well as someone from Serbia. But that person from Serbia only visits my website. Only visits my website briefly, only one view or something. So I have no idea what the hell that person is doing. Oh, God says, Code 919 says, if God is a son of a bitch, you're creation of a son of a bitch, isn't it? Sia Sheila says, I ain't Indian, I live in Britain. Okay. I also get hits from the UK, but that could be from several of you. I'm Creole from Seychelles originally. Okay, I even get hits from Seychelles. Seychelles looks like a nice place to visit, at least nature. It looks a lot like the Bahamas or Jamaica, beaches in Seychelles. I do like what Seychelles looks like. Top things to do in Seychelles, La Digue. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm assuming that French is spoken. Ancestors d'Argent, Curious Island, Vallée de Mai. Those all look very nice. Seychelles Rupee. Seychelles looks very nice, okay? Make no mistake. Seychelles looks very nice. Code 919 says, how many hits from India? I don't know. I need to check. Hold on. Occult Experience says, I'm the one from the United States. Listen, I get literally thousands, okay, hundreds of hits every day from the US. So yeah, I have multiple people from the US. So yeah, I don't know. Let me just check. Let me just check. Hold up. Today, for example, at the current time, it's 1:27 locally. I have 78 views. I have 41 from the US, 8 from Poland, 6 from the UK, 6 from Germany, 3 from Venezuela, and it goes downwards from there, 2 from India. But this past week, I'll just give you an example. This past week, I've had 10 views from India. That might not seem as a lot, but the past month, so this month, July, I have had 200 hits from India. So I was like, who the hell is that from India? I've had 399 hits from the UK, 250 from South Korea. That is Homer Simpson. He lives in South Korea. So I'm assuming it's him. From the United States, I have 2980. This year, the tally for this year up to this point is over 34,000 views, 16,000 and a half from the US, 1805 from Brazil, 1612 from the UK, 1165 from Australia, and 1077 from South Africa, and it goes downwards from there. 885 from Canada, 649 from India, and it just keeps going downwards. Okay. Tia Sheila says you did pronounce it right. We speak English, French, Creole, and a degree of German. Some of us do, yes. I'm also half South African. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't speak French, but I do speak French briefly, you know, from a basic perspective. Let's see. French phrases I know are counting to 5. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. Omelette du fromage means baked egg. Yeah, baked egg or fried eggs or some shit. Yeah. Un peu retardé means a bit retarded. Bonjour, oui, oui. And je m'appelle Moreno Ravenberg. Yeah, those are all the things that I know. I also know a little bit of Spanish, but that's due to my years in high school. I had to choose Spanish as an extra language because I had to choose 3 languages, and English and Dutch are mandatory. So yeah, no, Dutch is mandatory, and English is obviously for me the primary choice. Always was the primary choice. So yeah, I do speak Spanish, but only a little bit. I'm able to understand what someone speaks Spanish. I'm able to make out most of the time what they're saying. But speaking Spanish is a bit difficult, you know, un poquito. Hablo español, pero solo un poquito. Yeah. I don't speak German though. The only thing I know in German is Ich liebe dich, I love you. Chris says you speak German there. Some of us do, yes. Code 919 says that's me, Moreno. I'm from India. Haha, very funny, Code 919. Chris says due to colonization, I'm assuming. Eric Anderson says I'm from California, so USA. Yeah, I get a couple of people here from California. Okay, a couple of people from San Francisco, others from Long Beach, but I'm not sure if Long Beach is in California or if it's in Florida. It doesn't matter to me. Sia Sheila says, yeah, we were colonized by Britain and France. Chris says, interesting that these languages are still spoken there. Sia Sheila says, Comoros Islands is next door, even more confusing. Yeah, you've got a couple of these thingies, okay? You've got a couple of these. That's normal for a lot of small island nations that were colonized by several countries. Back in the day, even Canada, the reason that that part of Canada speaks French is because the French and British people had some kind of war over occupation of Canada. In Suriname, it's even worse, okay, with French Guyana and Guyana. The English, the French, as well as the Dutch just had a big fight over, you know, who got which island or who occupied which territory, and in the end, they just officially settled in the sense of, okay, Suriname is ours. The Dutch said, and the French said, fine, we'll take French Guyana, and the English said, okay, we'll take Guyana. Done. They simply carved up the area. Code 919 says, I'm really from India, Marino, from Hindu household, just like you. Oh, yeah? I would never have pegged you for someone from India, but okay. Eric Anderson says, Long Beach is in California. Yeah, I thought so. I just wasn't sure. Occult experiences, New York used to be a Dutch colony. Yeah, you still have some Dutch people in New York, okay? Especially Pennsylvania. That's why there are a couple of places in couple of American states that have Dutch names, and a couple of people. Van Leeuwen is one of them. Van Leeuwen simply means of lions in Dutch. Those kind of names are stereotypical Dutch names, okay? Hans, H-A-N-S is also stereotypical Dutch name. You name it. I'm more than familiar with Dutch names. My name can also be seen as Dutch, okay? Ravenberg, literally just raven rock, a mountain filled with ravens. But those are stereotypical names of, Van simply means of in Dutch, Van. Van de Voort, Van die Voort, you name it. It just keeps going. Someone got back to me. So relating the thingy videos, relating to the relating to opening up the second channel, I'll think about it, because believe me, it really is a lot of work. I'd have to upload hundreds of channels. Pretty much I have a folder on my thingy I have a folder on my called Suriname on my computer that has all the videos of all the places that I went to, and you name it. Basically anything relating to Suriname. But I don't know. It's a lot, okay? That folder alone has 150. That folder alone has 158 gigabytes worth of audio and video material. So 158 gigabytes. So if I had to upload everything, I would have to upload of material 158 gigabytes worth of material. It doesn't seem worth it for me. Okay, it would gain attention, it would garner attention, but not nearly as much as not nearly as much as I'd like it to. Not that I'm looking for attention, but no, it's just no, I'm sorry, it just doesn't appeal to me. It just, I don't know. I'll think about it at least, but I don't think so. Code 919. I just don't think so. It's not worth it, you know. Not to me in any case. It's just not worth it. And like I said, the amount of people locally even that make use of the internet are literally only a couple of thousand. Let's just say maybe 5,000 people. Of the 500,000 people, only 5 to 10,000 people make use of the internet. So you can imagine. It's just not worth it, okay? If people want to travel to Suriname, then they can Google and they can do the work themselves, you know. It I don't mind sharing, but not extensively to the point where it's a lot of work for me. If I owned a travel bureau here, if I had plans to open up a travel company here, and I'd give away tours, then it wouldn't be a problem. I would simply host tours and I would give them every fucking thing, you know. I'd have my channels, everything would be perfect. The perfectionist that I am, everything would be perfect, and I know that I'm benefiting from it because it's money, you know, I'm bringing money in. It's a source of income, it's advertising. And knowing me, it would definitely look like the shit, okay? Everything would be so fucking sick, but nah. I don't own a travel bureau, so no. I don't give a shit. Not my problem. So yeah, not my problem. And again, there's no purchasing power here, so you can, I mean, screw that. No, there is there's no purchasing power here. So yeah, I'd make maybe a couple of, maybe 30 to 40,000 euros or 40,000 bucks a month if I were really good. But again, the market's already saturated. You have so many travel companies here because again, Suriname is worth less than nothing, and you don't need a permit to do anything. So that's why you'll find plenty of cab companies here. You'll find plenty of tour companies here, travel bureaus, because you don't need a permit from the government. So you can imagine that's a fucking free for all here. A shit show like no other. Any imbecile can open up a cab company. Any imbecile can do this, can do that. Blah 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 blah. Code 919 is asking me whether I'm a Virgo ascendant. No, I have Mars in Virgo. That's why that's why I am such a perfectionist. Hence that, misspelled hence. Hence, so yeah, that is it. That is it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nada más. Code 919 says, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, sure, no problem. But yeah, that's it in any case. I just thought about something naughty, but I don't know if I should share it with you guys. I'm doubtful on whether I should share it with you guys. I don't think so. Nah. I think it's best if I don't say anything. So yeah, if anyone has any other questions, silent emoji. So yeah. Code 919 says go ahead. No, I'm not sharing anything with anyone. Occult experience says, come on, Moreno, we're all ears. No. Nah, it seems inappropriate to do so. Eric Anderson says, go for it. I don't know, I'm unsure. So no. No, never mind. It's not even important. It's nothing. In any case, questiones. Anyone have any other questions? If no one has any other questions for me, I am going to get myself something to eat because I'm starting to get hungry. Anyone want to see what my food is like? It's going to be rice with vegetables and chicken as usual. At my favorite takeout place. It's so delicious because they insert so many ingredients into the food. They add so many ingredients to the food. I mean, everything you can think of. Okay, aside from the basic salt, sugar, onions, garlic, they put all kinds of stuff. Okay, I think black pepper, you name it, all kinds of spices, and that's the secret to why it is so delicious. Code 919 Code 919 says, if you don't tell, I'm sending people either your way. If you can reach her. No. No, believe me, it's not even important. It's not even important. It's nothing. It's nothing really. It's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah. So in any case, it seems like no one has any other questions, occult related or otherwise. It was simply something sexual that I was thinking about, but never mind. Homer Simpson says, is it possible to scry in a dark place? Yeah, it is possible to scry in a dark place, but your mirror needs to be visible. That's why you have the choice. You can either practice with normal lighting or artificial lighting, or you can simply place candle lights or candles beside the mirror, but at such a distance, let's just say, I don't know, 50s, half a meter away from the mirror to the point where your flame does not reflect in your mirror. Code 919 says, what is it? Okay, fine. Chris is saying it was something sexual didn't make it as interesting, to be honest. Eric Anderson says it's about Freya. It's not about Freya. It's not about Freya. Okay, listen. Fine. I just thought how cool it would be if I was fucking someone, if I was fucking a girl and I made her wear my fedora from behind. That's what I was thinking about. I thought to myself, how cool would it be if I was fucking a woman doggy style wearing my fedora? That's it. See, there you go. Freya piqued my interest. Chris says XD. So okay, now you know. So yeah, that's it in any case. Thank goodness I didn't put my food in the fridge. I think I'll start taking it now. Oh, occult experience says, LOL, Eric. Eric Anderson says, hat off. Occult experience says, that's a good idea. Code 9 says, Kinky Morino. That's actually a good idea. More Neo. That's a good one. Homer Simpson says, so it should be at an angle which does not reflect my face. It shouldn't reflect anything, not just your face. So yeah, for you guys that want to see my food, hold up for a second. This is what my yummy food looks like. Open, 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 open. This is what it looks like. That is pepper, meat, vegetables, and that's rice, of course. So yeah, bon appetit to me. And since no one really has any questions aside from Homer Simpson, then yeah, I might call it a stream instead of a day. Code 919 says looks healthy. Chris says good thing my dinner is also about ready. Code 919 says yummy. Eric Anderson says looks so nice. It is nice, and it only costs. How much does it cost? It's only $3. Homer Simpson says thank you, Morino, for answering my questions. No problem. I'm still thinking about how cool it would be nailing a hot piece of ass from behind with my fedora on her head. Eric Anderson says, wow, cheap. Chris says, is there a benefit to the LBRP besides developing astral senses? Can I achieve the same by practicing something like Qigong? The LBRP is a grounding and banishing ritual aside from developing astral senses, and it doesn't really develop it. It develops it only to a moderate degree, at best a moderate degree. Chris says you should search for a GIF. If there is a GIF, let's see. I don't think there is a GIF. What have I got? They'll be taken down with hat on. Let's see if there are GIFs like that. No, not one GIF. I meant a girlfriend. Seriously? Oh, you meant, oh, sorry. I thought you meant a GIF image. No, I shouldn't search. I should not search for anyone. I don't need to search, okay? I've got plenty of women. We've covered this already, I think. I have plenty of women offering themselves to me. But the problem is that they simply want to play house with a white picket fence and everything, and I'm not having any of that. Not looking for a wife. Definitely not looking for a wife. Not looking for anyone. Okay. I'm definitely not hitting anything or anyone that automatically wants me to sign a lifelong contract of playing husband and whatnot. No, let alone children. Ooh, no, I want children. Code 919 says, how are the escorts? Listen, escorts, that's a good one. You already saw what the average woman looks, or quote unquote woman. looks like. Woman looks like. So imagine what escorts here are filled with. Eric Anderson says, I want a wife. Code 919 says, Eric Anderson, don't you dare. I like actual women, you know, an actual woman. I don't do bestiality. And even if I did even if I did do bestiality, the local women are just they're god awful just by even by bestiality standards. So no, I'm not having any of it. Also, one of the main benefits I look forward to, once I'm finally gone, I'll be able to enjoy a real woman, an actual woman, actual meat, a woman that looks like a woman, not some failed science project of crossbreeding or something similar. Ooh. Holy crap, it's hot outside. Jesus, man. It feels like 35 because it is 35 outside. Holy crap. Chris says, by the way, is there a schedule for these live streams anywhere, or are they at random times? They're at random times, but like I said, I don't know. I need to keep repeating myself to the point where I get tired of it. Don't just subscribe to my channel. Click the bell button, the bell notification icon, and that way you'll automatically get a notification when I am online. Period. Code 919 says you better leave that place before you turn 40 years old. Why specifically 40? I really love this fedora, God. I just can't get enough of it. I just can't get enough of wearing it. Let alone if I buy the other ones, the red one, the blue one, and the white one. The white one should already be on its way. Got 6 people watching. No one else is saying anything. Better leave as soon as possible to enjoy your dream life. Yeah, I know. Okay, I keep time in mind for everything practically. Chris says, okay, guys, I'm off to dinner as well. See you all. Bye, Chris. Yeah. So yeah, I know. Okay, time is everything. I'm keeping that in mind. But things are already going fine. I just need to leave this shithole, and then things are complete. Things are full circle. In anything, goodbye to you too. Code 919, you're saying goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. And yeah, thanks for counting down for me. I will see you guys at the next live stream. Again, subscribe, and click the bell button so that you don't miss a live stream, assuming that you don't want to miss a live stream. I'm going to eat now. I'm a bit famished, so bye, you guys. My stomach would be rumbling if it wasn't so ashamed of rumbling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.